Hi, New Music USA. So I just figured I should break out into a quick video to outline what it is I'm doing because it is pretty complex. At the root of it is music. So that's why I figured New Music USA was the place to reach out. The funds that I'm looking for from you will be for composing, for me to set aside the time to fully explore composing this work, and also for the recording of the work and for the video of the work and to hire the musicians that I need for it. So it's a really clear four-way or three-way, if recording and videoing, I'm seeing as documenting it. For the first part, the composition. So I'm composing a choral work with neuroscience at its heart. There are certain elements that we're discovering because obviously this whole area of science is just really burgeoning right now. So the art of frequency with audio and with all of the other frequencies such as vision and taste, they can be combined so that there's a cross-modal experience that's all gelled and knitted together. So the example I gave in the written thing is the note G correlates with the color red, and if you then throw a lyric in with that and a gesture and a taste and a smell, suddenly you have an incredible realization of the note G, a more integrated experience of what the note G is and how it affects you emotionally. So I'm really just empowered as a composer to to explore the note G more fully and all of its friends in the scale. So every note obviously has a different nuance. And I'm deeply appreciative of a neuroscientist from NYU who is helping me to really nail it so that I get it right. And that we really do include this scientific approach to music on top of my own aesthetic. Obviously, I'm writing this thing. It's going to be my musical aesthetic, but guided and with added knowledge from science. So that's the compositional commissioning fee side. The next part is if we're exploring the theme of integrity, which we are. Integrity is the word has kind of two meanings. You've got the moral kind of feeling of doing the right thing and having a personal integrity, which I think is essential right now, actually in the light of technology and how technology is affecting our lives. The lure of less empathy by having online reactions rather than visceral face-to-face reactions, stuff like that. So I'm exploring integrity. And I'm also exploring the other definition of integrity, which is wholeness and unification. And that's where my choir is essential. So the 12 people choir, each of those voices are going to be really different. And I think just in terms of pure music, that's a super exciting format. I have never experienced, I figure someone must have done it, but I've never heard of someone doing that, creating a choir from scratch, which has all of these different traditions represented. We're going to have an opera singer, we're going to have a gospel singer, jazz singer, rock, folk, indie pop, Appalachian folk. There's all these different voices. And the choir, so they are in themselves diverse and unified and integral, whole. They're bringing their traditions with them and their views. They're also going to be liberated from the usual choir thing of they just stand there and sing. And they are going to be helping me to realize the cross-modal experience through dance, through touch, through feeding morsels to the audience at the right times to go with the right notes, feeding them smells, and also with the colors of their costumes and how they're choreographed. They're people, they can move, they're not tied down like an orchestra. They don't have to sit there reading sheet music. They can move around and they can create a stereo experience while they're at it. So there's the audio of them moving around, the visual, the fact that they can lean in and feed something, or what, there's so much I can do with these humans, especially as they are a diverse group of people, they bring that to them. They all have a performance background. Other than the child, I have one male child in the mix because I wanted to have that classic boy voice that you hear in liturgical choirs. I wanted to hear that. So he doesn't have a performance background, but everyone else does. And also I do have a psychologist that I'm working with who has a really incredible techniques, kind of group building techniques that he's going to use to make it cohesive. So the 12 people are going to do, some workshops with my psychotherapist friend for one day. It'll just be like a few hours with him. He has a performance background. Basically we're going to make a band. He's just nailed, the stuff that we as musicians do. We make bands just because we do it. He's looked at the different habits that we have and has made it into a kind of way of gelling them. So yeah, my choir is going to be diverse but gelled as a band. And then the third stage, so I guess we've done the commissioning fee, we've done the choir and the fees that I need for the musicians that are involved. And then we have the third element, the recording of it. So we're working in incredible architectural spaces. The performances, I've said in the private notes where I'm looking into, and the people that have reached out said they're interested. And so the only way to record that experience, it's got to be binaural stereo recording. I'm not going to just do a lame, do it on my iPhone. So I do need to cover a 3D recording in a 3D space. It's very 3D, that space. So 3D binaural recording. And the visual recording also, it's essential to me that it's really a beautiful work in itself. So we're going to be videoing it as well. And I'm just sad that we don't have smell-o-vision, really. But failing that, I'm just going to make it, seriously as complete as possible. There are plenty of other elements to this work. I'm just reaching out to New Music USA for the music side. The commissioning fee, the musician's fee, the recording fee. Outside of that, there's going to be architects involved, different scientists. The neuroscientist has got a whole bunch of work that he's doing outside of the music. I have robots in disguise. I have all kinds of technology going on, and I'm going to kind of save a lot of it. But basically, it's a grand work. I've got costumes happening. And all of that stuff, I'm going to do a second stage of funding, which will be crowdfunding and potentially also VC funding, and definitely also fueled by ticket sales, merch. So all of those elements will come later. You are the first stage of funding New Music USA, because I figured also if it's the money so that I can actually do this thing, just compose the music. And build the choir and record it. But B, and I think maybe equal to the A, it's the money, and it's also the endorsement of being able to go to other sources of funding and say, hey, New Music USA believe this is worthy project musically of you funding, and then I believe that all of the other modes, all of the other modalities that I'm employing will fall into place more simply if you've already given it your stamp of approval. So I guess that's all I got for you today. Feel free to reach out. I'm in New York, so I'm happy to come by for coffee or just social media, your platform, email, call me. I think that's it. And I'm excited. I'm going to do this thing, whatever happens with you, but it'll be a lot simpler and quicker and more streamlined, and it will happen in October if you step in. So I'm going to think about that and hope it happens. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.